Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to Cask 529. I'm Brian.
And I'm Shona.
And we're coming back tonight with a little wheated bourbon challenge. All right, Shona, are you ready for tonight's challenge?
I am. My voice might not be, but I am.
Sounds great.
I'm excited because you know I love wheated bourbons. And you picked up two brand new ones that we have never had today. So I'm excited. I'm hoping that I can get the flavors coming through with my little
I'm hoping she can too, because we all know Shauna's the palate of the show. So let me tell you a little bit about what we've got going on. And I don't think we've ever really done a wheated show. We've had wheated bourbons obviously on the show, but I don't think we've ever had all wheated. So these are not full-blown wheat bourbons.
Right.
These are wheated.
Wheated. They're not straight wheat, they're wheated. Correct.
Yep. So you would have to have, what do we say, 51%?
To be a straight wheat.
To be a straight wheat. These are not that case. Basically, the rye in these mash bills have been replaced with wheat. So we'll start on the, I guess it's right of the screen, the Weller Special Reserve. So it's got a mash bill of 70% corn, 16% wheat, 14% malted barley. Comes in here in Ohio at a retail price of $26.99 and a 90 proof.
Right. Now I know the Weller Special Reserve may be a little bit harder or challenging for some to find. Here in Ohio, it's relatively really easy to pick up a bottle. You're not going to go and always pick up a bottle, but relatively easy to always get your hands on.
In fact, the store I went to today, that was their drop, they got a case of green today. They still had most of last week's 2 cases of green sitting on the floor. So green is, like Shona said, I can't guarantee every day we can go buy a bottle of green, but it's fairly easy to find.
Yep.
Okay, up next is the Old Elk wheated bourbon. This is a new one to Shona and I. I don't believe in our travels we've even had this.
I've not.
So I know it's new here in the bar. It's got a mash bill of 51% corn, 45% wheat. So it's the highest of the wheateds that we have tonight. 4% malted barley. It's got a retail price here in Ohio of $64.99 and a proof point of 92 proof.
So this one is our most expensive one tonight at $64.99. So I'm hoping that 45% wheat, comes out and makes a bang. I'm anxious to see how it does.
We've had a lot of people talking about it, so.
I will say this is the only Indiana bourbon that we have up here tonight. And a little fun fact about Old Elk that when I was looking up the mash bill for you that I found out, the founder of Old Elk is actually the founder of Otterbox.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
So they're into a little bit of everything from electronic to booze.
Yeah. So, yeah, it sounds like maybe their master distiller came from MGP and stuff like that. So they were able to, put it in the funds to.
Yeah. Well, I'm anxious to try that. That's interesting to know.
Yeah.
Well, next on our slate tonight is going to be this Wilderness Trail wheated bourbon. It's actually a bottled and bond. So as you know, that's going to give us a proof point of 100 proof on that one. The mash bill on that one is 64% corn, 24% wheat, and 12% malted barley. That one's got a retail price here in Ohio of $47.99. Both these are easily found walking into the store. And last but not least is this Green River Entry. Green River Entry wheated bourbon. And mash bill on that one is 70% corn, 21% wheat, 9% barley, a retail price of $34.99, and a proof point on that one again of 90 proof.
Yep.
So we've got two 90s, a 92, and a 100. So that's fairly close,
Yeah,
really.
fairly close proof point range. Yeah. Yep.
So those are the contenders for tonight's challenge.
All right, and we are doing this blind. I will tell you, I did pour these. I'm going to be honest with you. I did pour them. However, a lot of things have transpired since they've been poured because these two are brand new neck pours, and so I wanted them to sit a while. I honestly don't remember, and I put it away so I wouldn't see. So it truly is a blind for me because I promise you, I do not remember the order.
Very good. And before we get started, guys, and before I forget, if you could please hit that like button, hit the subscribe button if you haven't already done so. Drop us a comment. Let us know what you're thinking about what we've got on the bar tonight. We'd appreciate your input.
All right, let's hope that my sinuses start working.
Let's hope. I cheers you, but I don't want to touch your glass.
Nice sweet nose on this. Getting a lot of the caramel and vanilla notes.
It is really a sweet nose, isn't it?
A little bit of a corn note, a grain note I'm picking up, but a really nice sweet nose. Sweet on the palate as well. Now, that corn note kind of followed through on my palate. I'm getting a heavy corn note. It's pleasant. It's not bad at all. It's sweeter, and then the corn note the whole way through. I'm still getting it, even on the finish. It's just kind of shocking. The finish is really lasting for all these being a lower proof. The finish is still lingering, but I'm also getting the vanilla and the sweet note of the caramel and stuff coming through as well.
I think you've got to keep in mind, and this could be any of the four, but we've got two entries tonight that are 70% corn and one at 64% corn. So
Yep.
We've got some high corn numbers in this lineup.
Getting that grain note with the caramel and vanilla. I'm not really picking out a ton more flavors. It's a consistent flavor throughout.
It's a very pleasant pour. It's definitely an very easy sipper. Are you getting, and you may not be getting with what you got going on, it's almost grainy, like texture-wise, it's almost grainy.
No,
Like
I'm
it's
not.
almost,
Yeah, I'm not getting that.
yeah, it's kind of really weird, but
You're saying it's gritty?
gritty, yeah.
Right, really? I don't know.
You got to come back through, so don't.
Okay.
I'd hate to have to look at your key to see which one to put in there.
Yeah, I'm not getting grittiness, guys. I think Brian must have ate some sand
I think
before.
that came off Mike Rowe's flavor ring. Came off Mike's flavor ring. Mike, if you're watching, I just added one to your ring.
Gritty. You got gritty flavor on there now, Mike.
Apologize for the commercial on the TV, guys. We can't win with this thing.
Another very, very sweet nose. Fruity. This one's a little bit fruitier sweetness. Definitely picking up the caramels. Very, very nice nose.
I'm not getting a lot of anything.
Nice.
Really sweet on the palate. It's not a
Very smooth.
It's not a brown sugar sweet to me. It's I don't know. It's maybe a candy sweet.
I want to refer to this as the caramelized brown sugar note. You know, when you're making like you're almost burning
Right.
the brown sugar, caramelizing it. It's really good. You're getting that caramel. You're getting, I would almost call it a brown sugar flavor with the vanilla. Didn't really pick up the fruit notes that I got on the nose, but nice.
Again, very smooth, easy
Yeah.
sipper.
These are, and I'm kind of, you know, a lot of times we're doing the higher proofs. I really do enjoy going back to the lower proofs sometimes because it helps me to reset my palate almost. It's good. It's a good change. All right, on to number 3. Get another nice nose.
Definitely nothing but sweet for me on that one.
Yeah, it's a sweeter nose. Going back to a little bit more of the grains on this one, but then you're definitely picking up the sweetness from the. I almost want to call it like the molded, if it has molded barley in it. Obviously, I think all of them have the barley in it, but it's more of a cereal grain malt flavor that I'm picking up, like a cocoa note and stuff like that. Another good one.
I get that that cereal grain note. I get that on the palate.
Oh, I do. That's what I was going to say. That moldy cereal grain with cocoa in it, some vanilla, some char on this one. This is the first one I'm picking up some char on. Nice finish. It's a nice dark cocoa, like dark chocolate type note on the end, and it's just lingering. This one's, it's really nice too.
To me, that may be one of the most unique of the 3 so far.
It is. I'm also picking up on the when it first enters my palate, a fruity note, and then I realized at the end I said that I was picking up that dark chocolate. Well, it's more of that cherry, that dark chocolate covered cherry, not as pronounced as it is on some whiskeys for me, but it's definitely there. This one is really, really fun, really unique, because it kind of changes right in the middle. You get that like nice sweet fruity note, then it kind of goes a little bit dry into that moldy grain cereal note with the chocolate notes, and then it finishes, wraps back up with that chocolatey note, then goes back into a fruity note, which I'm picking up as cherry.
Yeah, and that's actually it. It continued to change while you were talking there. I kept getting different notes. And just as you described it, it kind of wrapped up with the fruit at the end of it.
I'm anxious to see what number 3 is. And I'm anxious to go back and see if it still does that after we taste number 4. Right now, number 3 is in the lead for me.
Yeah, I think it is for me as well.
That was fun. That was a fun little taste. I'm definitely thinking number 3 is one of the new ones, because I don't think I've experienced that. That's a good
one.
pour. They've all been good pours. I will say I have enjoyed every single one so far. I love this nose too.
I think the most exciting part for me when we do these is 3 of the 4 of these we can go to the store and get.
Oh yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
Any day.
Again, another nice sweet nose. A lot of vanilla on this one and caramel. Picking up a little bit of a fruit note on it.
See, now for me, that one is a lot like number 2 was, in that I don't get much of anything on the nose. 1 I had sweet, 3 I had sweet.
Yeah, definitely a nice nose. Okay, let's see what it does on the palate. Nice fruity palate. Very fruity. Almost want to say strawberry. With then some cereal grains.
Yeah, it's
really nice.
it was a very, the sweet didn't like hit me in the face when I tasted it, but that was the first thing that jumped on my palate was the sweetness. Mm-hmm. But it was a nice, mild, calm, refreshing.
Yeah, it's a little bit creamy. I almost want to say strawberries and cream.
Yeah, there's
because I'm picking up a lot of what I feel is a strawberry note, a fruity strawberry note, but it's creamy, so it just reminds me like strawberry shortcake in a way. You know, with the whipped cream, the heavy whipped cream and stuff on it. That's really good.
I've got an order. If we weren't going back through them, I know where I'd put them right now. We'll see if it changes.
I'm going to go out there. I'm going to say this one to me is like a strawberry shortcake with a caramel drizzle on top. It is. It's good.
Now that is a detailed tasting note there. Heavy on the drizzle or light on the drizzle?
At the end, it's a nice
heavy drizzle.
A drizzle where you like dip your fork in it, get up the. All right, I'm going to go back to number 3. Or you want to go to 4 again?
Yeah, it's okay. Go ahead. It's all right. I just something
I'll
came
take strawberry shortcake with a caramel drizzle again.
I wanted to get it on my palate while I was thinking of it. Tastes like a souffle to me.
Oh.
And that's why I had to get it back on my palate while I was. That thought was fresh.
So are you getting that like eggy note, or
kind of like that? Yeah, it's kind of got a lot of body, I guess, that way. Like not of the flavor part of it, but the actual. Wow, that's unique.
It is unique. It's good. It's a really nice pour. I again got like the strawberry shortcake with caramel drizzle and stuff on it.
It's really good.
There is a little bit of char, a little bit of oakiness on this one as well, but it's not like in your face. It's just in the background, just hanging out. But it's letting those fruity notes, that creaminess note come through. Really shocking on how. Maybe this sinus thing has really heightened my senses more than anything, because I'm picking up all kinds of flavors on these lower proofs tonight. I'm really digging them. I love the nose on this. Getting that cereal grain and cocoa note. It's fun.
That's really good too. These are all really, really good pours tonight. And I know that they're way out of our wheelhouse for what we've come to really love. And that's that proof.
Again, that one does that little twist right in the middle. However, you know, that strawberry shortcake note on number 4 might beat out number 3, but I love number 3 too. It's number 3 and number 4, definitely my favorite. I'm going to tell you, I don't know how I'm going to place them, but they are both really good pours.
I knew how I was going to place it,
But now you don't.
but now I'm kind of up in the air. Now see, I was dead set when we went through the first time that number 2 would be at the end of my lineup. Now I'm not so sure.
Honestly, all of these are good pours. I wouldn't turn away any of them. Number 2 is just consistent the whole way through. It's a nice consistent pour. It doesn't, I really like pours that kind of change on you, like that kind of, you know, have a twist with them.
They kind of tell a story while you're drinking.
Yeah, number 2 is really pleasant, but it's that same pleasant all the way through. It's not, it doesn't give you a surprise or anything like that. Some people like that.
There's no complexness to number 2. It's
just a nice, easy pour.
It's really good on when you first hit your palate. It's really good on the finish.
Yep.
But there's no evolving.
No, the flavor profiles are consistent. They're flatline. They are.
And the rest of them really.
Yeah.
They're busy.
Yeah, number 3 and 4 are busy for me. They kind of like do a little.
Yeah, I'm anxious to see what 1 does, but 3 and 4, right at this moment, are leaders in my pack. I just don't know where yet.
Yeah. Like number 3 and 4, they do like a little jig.
She's not even on drugs.
I'm not. None.
A little Alka-Seltzer earlier this evening. But. Do we have to put them in an order?
We do. We do. Number 1 is similar to number 2 for me. It's a good pour. It's a good, consistent pour. It's a nice, refreshing pour, but it's kind of flatlined. I honestly think number 1's going to be my last place because I don't pick up as many flavors with number 1 as I do number 2. I think, you know what, I think I'm actually going to just change my order from 1, 2, 3, 4 to 4, 3, 2, 1. I thought for sure
what I've got.
Number 3 would come in first for me, honestly, because it has that little bit of a cherry note that I absolutely love. However, number 4, it is just delicious. I just love it.
So when we went through the first time, if I had to put them in order before we come back through, it was going to be 3, 4, 1, 2 for me.
Okay.
That whole souffle thing that I detected on 4, that moved it to the front for me. So I guess this is going to be a dessert bourbon for me. Okay. So I'm at the same 4, 3, 2, 1. 1 was going to be ahead of 2 until this last sip on each of those. I think 2 just edged it out a little bit. But I think the reason why is if you're not going to give me a lot of complexity, then it's got to be a really, really good flavor.
One question.
Yeah.
Is number 1 gritty again?
It was not.
Okay, good.
But it was really just, I'm going to use the word flat.
Gotcha.
It just didn't do anything.
Gotcha.
And it didn't have a flavor that I was just going to settle for.
Gotcha.
Okay? Where number 2, it didn't do a lot of things either, but it had a flavor that was pleasant to me on my palate. It never changed, but at least I enjoyed the flavor.
Oh.
Where 1 I didn't really.
Ready to see what these are?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, so number 4, we lined these up the same. 4, 3, 2, 1.
That's rare.
Very, very rare. Number 4 was our number 1, which was Wilderness Trail.
Nice. So one of the newcomers.
Yeah, it was good. Very, very good. Number 3. I love that.
River.
Green River. Number 2 was the Weller.
Wow.
And then the Old Elk came in last for us.
Wow, that's
So
disappointing, really.
very disappointing because the Old Elk was the most
Yep.
expensive at $64.99.
Yep.
And it was good, but it was just kind of all the way through.
Yeah.
So I guess this shows us $64.99 compared to, I can't see how much of the
$47.99 for the
I mean,
Wilderness.
for, about what, $15 cheaper or whatever.
Yeah.
Definitely a good pour. However, this one was close. These two were neck and neck for us.
They really were.
And I mean, the Green River is only $34.99. Easy to find. Both of them are pretty easy to find. But, and Weller, to us, Weller is really a good, consistent pour, any of them. We absolutely love the foolproof. Hard to find. The 107 is really good as well. But I mean, for a $26.99 bottle, it could hold its own. I mean,
Absolutely it could. Yeah, and I mean, I know for us, and not necessarily on the show, but amongst our friends and what have you, we're hard on it, and I don't know why that is. I think it's because it's touted as this allocated, hard to find. Everybody's got to find it. And that may be the case in a lot of parts of the country, but like I said, in our area, it's not that big a deal. It's
right.
really not.
The Special Reserve and the 107.
Right.
The other ones are harder to find.
And the 107 is a little harder to find here than the Special Reserve is.
It is.
It's a lot easier to find here than it is
Other
in
states.
a lot of places.
It is. But speaking of Weller, our friends Mike and Terry have a few sets of the rainbow, and they are going to be willing to do a Weller rainbow lineup on one of the lives coming up soon.
Yeah.
So we're super excited about that.
Last night on our trivia live, Mike was playing along. Actually, Mike and Terry
Wednesday
were both
night,
playing. Wednesday.
Today's
I
Friday.
lost today.
You did lost today, guys.
Mike and Terry were both in the chat playing trivia along with everyone, and Mike wanted to let us know that we would definitely be doing the rainbow on an upcoming live. So that was exciting. We're looking forward to it. I know of the 6 bottles, there's 2 that Shona and I have not tried.
Nope.
And that's CYPB and Single Barrel.
Yep. Very anxious to try those. And I know I probably won't be on the show that night. I'll be off to the side, but I will definitely be on the lineup with the guys.
Really? Because you never want to do the
No,
lineup.
I want to do the lineup. I did the BTAC lineup
Yeah,
with y'all
it's funny.
too.
She did the BTAC lineup. Okay, so the last one I interrupted, or we got off.
Yep.
The train went off the rails before we got to the Old Elk. For us, it's not going to go to waste. It'll get
No, it's a good pour.
It's really a big disappointment because I had high hopes for it, or I wouldn't have bought it.
Right.
We'd heard a lot about it.
I love the topper. I'm a bottle snob.
It's a really
The topper is like a horn, like
so
a
it's
piece
like
of
an antler.
I'm sure it's all obviously
Yeah, I'm sure it's
fake,
synthetic, but
it looks like a piece of a chopped off horn. Awesome.
Antler,
Whatever. Antler, guys, antler. Really cool. It's branded on top. I love a cute bottle.
You would have bought that bottle.
I've been wanting to buy an Old Elk bottle because of the cork, because I think it's really cool.
And they have other entries that, maybe will have different appeals to us. However, Wilderness Trail, they had a bottle of rye, high rye. It wasn't rye, it was a high rye, sitting right next to that today. I'm probably going to first go back for that before I would get this.
Yeah, I would too. And that's a cool looking bottle as well. In fact, when Bryan brought this home, I'm like, did you buy a 1 liter? Because it really does look like
It presents itself
a
as
bigger
a much bigger
bottle,
yeah.
because of the broadness and stuff.
It's thick.
Yeah, it is. And of course, we got the Green River bottle, which y'all know if you've watched us any, that I love it because you can play shoot the shoe with that.
We did see some video from the Bourbon Festival down in Bardstown this past weekend, and Green River actually had their display set up so you could shoot the shoe.
I should have been there because I've been practicing.
And I think they were given a bottle if you shot the shoe.
But it was a much longer. I need to sit
it was
at the
almost like a shuffleboard table.
I've been doing it really close up, guys.
Yeah, and still missing.
Yeah, it's still missing.
Needs a little work on that game. Okay, so I think Wilderness Trail for us was a definite win tonight.
Definitely.
Old Elk, I'm not going to throw it out yet because we know how stuff opens too. I mean, I just thought of that.
These were both new neck pours tonight, and so, hey, I'm anxious to try them again.
A couple weeks, this may be like, wow, that was really good.
Yeah, and in a couple weeks, Bryan might come down here and find that has only like this much in it.
I doubt it. I'll hide it behind a bottle of nasty dry wine, and you'll get sidetracked. Okay, guys, I think that's all we have for tonight. I know we're coming at you a little bit later than normal, so anybody that watches this tonight, Friday, the 20th of September, remind everybody that tomorrow afternoon at 2 p.m. Eastern Time, we will be live from the Mayflower Theater in Troy, Ohio, with fellow YouTube channel Bourbon and Balls.
Yes.
We've been looking forward to that for probably a couple months now.
We have. They are such a fun group. If you guys have not checked Bourbon and Balls out, please do so, because we met up with them. They are such a fun group. I cannot wait till tomorrow to go hang out with them.
It's going to be a good time. So just remind y'all that's tomorrow, Saturday, the 21st of September, 2 p.m. Eastern Time. If you've got time and you're not doing anything, bring up YouTube and check us out. We'll be on there live. Again, we will be the Mayflower Theater in Troy, Ohio is owned by A.M. Scott Distillery.
Yep.
So obviously we will be trying I believe it's 4 entries from A.M. Scott.
Mm-hmm. And to be clear, Bourbon and Balls will be live. We will not be live.
Correct. You'll want to look under Bourbon and Balls' channel to find that live.
Yes.
Yeah. So, okay, that's all we have for tonight. Thanks, as always, for joining us. And until next time, be safe, everyone.
Thanks, everyone.